You mentioned that there are 1.5 million cybersecurity positions open currently. What can be done to entice good quality new talent to come in that will be passionate about the proposition and will hang in there long term? And then part two is what, in your opinion, is the avatar for how to prevent and combat and deal with burnout for those professionals who were in it for the right reasons?
I wish I could solve the first question that you had. Because here's the problem. I go to universities, I talk at a lot of universities, I do a lot of work with universities, and I look at their cybersecurity programs, even their IT programs. And I think this is a problem that we have as a nation, is a good portion, if not half or more, of those classes are foreign nationals. Foreign nationals are flocking to the United States to learn what we have to teach them in cybersecurity, but nobody in this country wants to take that path. Nobody in this country wants to, because this is a thankless job. This is a hard job. I find it very rewarding. I love doing what I do. I think I have the best job in the world. But people don't want to do that. And we're also not telling people that this job even exists, you know? This is one thing, when I sat down with higher headquarters, so I'm part of a team right now. We're part of a pilot program or a working group where we're discussing. And when the working group started, the first person said, I think we need to be targeting, entry-level college students and getting them to learn about a cyber career. And I raised my hand and they said, yes, Clint. I said, I think you're targeting the wrong demographic. And they're like, well, where do you think we should start? I was like, I think we should start in first grade. I think cyber hygiene should be a first grade curriculum. It should start teaching kids what the internet is, what it's used for, how they should act on the internet, how things work. I mean, this is something that we've taken for granted. We expect people will just kind of know, because we all grew up with this, we watched the evolution, but these kids are coming in, this is a tool that they have, and they don't really understand it. So we need to teach them all these things. We need to start teaching networking by the time they're in middle school. They should be able to do things. My son once came up to me and he looked at me and he said, Dad, I'm more tech savvy than you. And I said, okay, let's prove it. And we sat down and we started going through things. And I looked at my son and said, you seem to be app savvy, meaning that you know what applications can do something. You can push a button on the app and have it do it. I was like, but guess what? I know how the app works. I know how to build the app. Can you build an app? No. I was like, then how are you more tech savvy than me? Yeah, I don't know how to use Twitter. I don't know TikTok, but I know how they work, and I know how to break them, and I know how to make your life hell if I do so, And that's what we're looking at. Kids want to use apps, but they don't understand how they're built. They don't understand how a computer works. When my son wanted his first computer, he was 9 years old. And he came to me, he's like, Dad, I want my own computer. And I said, he's like, I've saved up all my birthday money, all of my money, so I have enough money, I think, for a small computer. I said, oh, no, we don't buy computers in this house. He said, we build computers in this house. And I said, I will double your money. I'll give you more money than you have. I was like, basically, I made him take the A+ certification to say this. He had to know what a processor was, how a processor worked. He had to know what a hard drive was. He had to learn all these things. And then I took him out to, at the time, Micro Center and Fry's. And I stood back. He had to walk up. He's told the salesperson, I want a computer that does graphics and graphic design because I want to be an artist. Here's what my specs are, and here's what I want to build, and here's the amount of money I have. And so that's what my kid did. And to this day, my kid says, Dad, that was the best thing that you ever did, because now I understand what a computer really is.